But I hope you are well. It's been a wonderful Saturday so far. Today is February 17th, and you're tuned in to Sports Talk right here on the family station Love 101 FM. Um, as usual, we got lots and lots of sports happening since we spoke last week. Super Bowl champions would have been crowned. Super Bowl champions 58 would have been crowned. Um, and of course, track meets going on. We'll look at one of them later in the show. So that's the corporate area development meet. We give you the update at what has happened, who is breaking the records, which school is leading in the point standings. And if you're not sure what the corporate area development track meet is, we'll tell you more about that later in the show. So later in the show, we'll talk about the corporate area development meet, and we'll also talk about Super Bowl champions 58. So that's coming up later. Right. A lot has happened. A lot has happened since week. And we're going to go through some of the things, track meet. The USA had their indoor track meet last night. World records were equaled. A world record was broken. And so we'll talk about that as well. But I want to thank those who have decided to join in on Sports Start this week. If you joined in on YouTube and Facebook on Love 101 FM Jamaica, thank you so much for tuning in. And for those who want to join the conversation, you can join the conversation at 876-997-3125. That's on WhatsApp. And if you'd like to call, you can call at 876-968-8327 or 876-968-8328. We have a wonderful, wonderful show lined up for you today. And of course, we start off our show with the sports highlights. So as we do every week, we start locally with the Jamaica Premier League. So we're going to be giving you results from week 18 as to what had happened in the Jamaica Premier League. We would have given you the matches that were to come. We're going to give you the results of those matches, and then we'll give you the games to come tomorrow and Monday. So we'll start off with the results from last week from the Jamaica Premier League. And we'll start with the matches that took place on Sunday. Cavalier defeated Limehall Academy for Love. Dunbeholden, they defeated Treasure Beach. They played a 2-1 draw with Treasure Beach. Tivoli Gardens, they defeated Humber Lion 2-0. Montego Bay United and Arnett Gardens, they drew to 0-0. Marlines United and Portmore United, they also played to a 2-2 draw. On Monday night football, on Monday evening to night football, the Waterhouse defeated Veer 1-0, and Mount Pleasant, they defeated Harborview 2-1. And then from there, we'll take you to the matches to come, as well as to give you a point standing, so the updated point standings as it relates to the Jamaica Premier League after match week 18. Cavalier, they're currently leading on 40 points. Mount Pleasant, they're in second on 39 points. Tivoli, they're third on 37 points. And Portmore United, they're currently fourth on 36 points. So it's quite very cram at the top of the Jamaica Premier League, as you can see, between Portmore United, Tivoli, Mount Pleasant, and Cavalier, being separated by just about 4 points between the first place and the fourth position. All right, down at the bottom of the table, we have in 12th place Malines United. They're on 16 points. In 13th place, there's Treasure Beach. They're on 8 points. And 14th place, there is Hall Academy, and they are on 7 points. Now, Treasure Beach and Lime Hall Academy would have been the two promoted teams in the Jamaica Premier League this season. And so it's been really a tough going for them. All right, so coming up in match week 19 for the Jamaica Premier League, Lime Hall, they will play Dunby Holden. Mount Pleasant, they will play Tivoli Gardens. Portmore United, they will play Harborview. Montego Bay United, they will play Humber Lion. Treasure Beach, they will play Mellines United. Waterhouse, they'll play Waterhouse, they'll play Arnett Gardens. And Cavalier, they'll play Vere United, and all these matches will come up tomorrow in the Jamaica Premier League. So that's what's going on so far in the Jamaica Premier League. If you carry a side or live in the community which one of these teams play for, I'd say, shout me out. Let me know what team you support, and, so we can give you hailings. Yeah. All right. So we move further afield now to what's going on in the English Premier League. All right. So in the English Premier League, I'm sure there were some matches played this morning in the English Premier League. Yes. There were some matches being played this morning. I will tell you about those matches as well as the games to come in the English Premier League. All right, so we'll give you updated. So this morning, Liverpool, they defeated Brentford 4-1. Arsenal continuing their march. They defeated Burnley 5-0. Aston Villa, team of Leon Bailey, defeated Fulham 2-1. Newcastle and Bournemouth, they drew to a 2-2 draw. And Forest, that's Nottingham Forest, they defeated West Ham 2-0. Wolves, they defeated Tottenham 2-1. And Manchester City and Chelsea are currently playing. After 37 minutes, the game is still at 0-0. Coming up tomorrow in the English Premier League, Sheffield United, they'll play Brighton, and Luton, they will play Manchester United. So let's take a look at the standings for the English Premier League. So I'll do like I did for the Jamaica Premier League, the top four, and then the teams currently in the relegation zone. All right. So Liverpool, they're currently at the top of the standings on 57 points. Arsenal, they're in second on 55 points. Manchester City, they're currently in third on 53 points. And Aston Villa, they're in fourth on 49 points. And then down in the relegation zone, Everton, they sit 18th on 19 points. Burnley, they sit 19th on 13 points. And Sheffield United, they're also on 13 points in 20th place. And just to say, Everton, they are just 1 point below Luton, who is in the safe spot in the 17th position. So that's what is going on as it relates to the English Premier League. All right, so the Jamaica Women's Premier League, yes, the Jamaica Women's Premier League, that was supposed to, or that is kickstarting today, actually. And the JFF released a statement as it relates to the Premier League, and it says, so I'm gonna read the press release because that definitely affected what clubs will be participating in the Jamaica Women's Premier League this season. So it says 2 clubs, and this is from the GFF, 2 clubs, Rangers FC and Royal Lakes FC, unexpectedly withdrew from the Jamaica Women's Premier League on Friday for different reasons. Royal Lakes said, "At this time, we do not believe that we can actively and efficiently compete in the competition," and Rangers said that they have withdrawn due to unforeseen circumstances. Therefore, changes have been made to the schedule for Saturday, which is today. The first game will be between Cavalier and Proven Girls FC, and that will be played at the Uemona Bowl instead of Arnett Gardens, and then the game will start at 3:30. And the other game between Arnett Gardens and Royal Lakes has been cancelled due to the withdrawal, of course, of Royal Lakes. And the third game to be affected involves Real United and Real Mobe FC, which has been cancelled due to the unpreparedness of Veer, who has forfeited. The other game between Springers FC and Mile Gully FC will be played at scheduled at Mile Gully starting at 3:30 p.m. and a new fixture will be drawn up and distributed on Monday. And of course, the GFF apologizes for any inconvenience caused by the actions. Right. So the Jamaica Women's Premier League, I mean, it is something that we have been hearing the cries of saying, well, the women playing football, but I guess we can also understand why I guess there's been a lack of women's football because now the JFF has said, okay, let's go on and start the competition. And already two teams have, for different reasons, decided to withdraw. So I think they had 6 teams, but now they have 4 teams. Yeah. I mean, for me, I am just glad that women or some of the women will still be able to participate in the women's Premier League. And of course, we will keep you updated as we will keep you updated as it relates to the games that will be played, and maybe we but probably able to hear from some of the teams as they look forward to participating or will start their participation today in the Jamaica Women's Premier League. As I said, happy to see the women playing football again. I mean, or women football team, they have been doing a good job, and so we want to see it start from this type of roots in terms of our girls playing football, and just that means that they'll be able to at least get a berth in the national squad, and just for the upward movement of the girls in football. All right, so just to update you, because we are still on football, after 42 minutes, Chelsea just scored against Raheem Sterling. Jamaican-born Raheem Sterling just scored against Manchester City. So it's now Chelsea 1, Manchester 0 over there in the English Premier League. All right, so we're going to go for a quick break, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about some track and field, as well as just give you an update as it relates to what's happening in the NBA. So we're going to go for a break right here on Sports Talk, and we'll be right back.
The Sagicor Stigma Corporate Run 2024 is set for Sunday, February 18, beginning at 7 a.m. on the grounds of Emancipation Park, New Kingston. Join the Love 101 FM family as we will be live on location to share this event with you and help raise funds for the National Chest Hospital, Savannah Lamar Public Health Hospital, and Danny Williams School for the Deaf. Listen for the service from the Open Bible at 9 a.m. and a Moment of Hope at 1 p.m. That's the Sagicor Sigma on a Run 2024, Sunday, February 18 from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Live on the family station, Love 101.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. All right, so we continue with our sports highlights. Of course, we're going to now move to cricket. The Jamaica Scorpions, yes, we would have talked about the regional competition happening in the West Indies Championship. They would have defeated the combined colleges and campuses by 10 wickets. J- Jamaica Scorpions, they really put on a good performance, and we just want to, salute them for the performance that they had. Last week it was discussing them because they didn't play so well last week, but they actually played pretty well. And so I want to just salute them and just tell them, worked. It worked. We decided that decided that we're gonna make some runs. Not only that we're gonna make some runs, but that we were also gonna put on a good bowling performance. I believe the Chadwick Walton, he made 169, I believe, in one of his innings. So he was pretty good in terms of bat. And of course, we know the match is being played at Sabina Park, and we just want to say congratulations to the team for their first win. So they're now 1-1, and of course for the field, the West Indies, they actually defeated Australia by 37 runs. And that would have been in the third T20 series. So the Australia series would have come to an end with the third T20. The West Indies, they made 220 for 6 and was able to restrict the Australians to 183 for 5. The top scorers for the West Indies were Shafane Rutherford. He made 67 from 40 balls. And of course, our own Jamaican Andre Russell, who made 71 from 29. I do believe that Rutherford and Russell play to, I think, is the highest 6 wicket innings so in T20, at least for the West Indies. So we want to say congratulations to the West Indies team. I'd say taking shame out of their eye, winning the last T20 against Australia. And so I do believe that most of the players will return to participate in the regional competition that is currently taking place. So we look forward to that, yeah? All right. So we move further again. Earlier this week, we were informed about a athlete. So we're moving to track and field. Yes, we're moving very quickly. This week, we were informed about Kevlin Kiptum, and he's an athlete from Kenya who was killed in a car accident with his coach. This really comes as a very sad news because I believe Kelvin he's young actually. I think he won one of the races in terms of marathon, holds one of the marathon records, and at a very young age because of somebody carelessness. Has lost his life as well as the coach. I believe Kelvin is just about 20, so he's pretty young, and we just want to say, we're sending out our heartfelt prayers to Kelvin's family, but not only Kelvin's family, but the Kenyan community or the Kenyan track and field community, as they have been experiencing it. I think 3 weeks or so ago, another Kenyan was murdered. Another distance runner from Kenya was murdered, and so it's not sure what's happening over there. Not sure what's happening, but it's never easy to lose anybody, and especially somebody who both persons, athletes, Kelvin and the other person, would have shown lights of becoming superstars within track and field. I mean, Kelvin's death also was remembered by World Athletics boss or CEO Sebastian Coe, who came out and made a statement, as I believe Kelvin was just with them at the at last year's World Athletics Award ceremony, and so it I think it became so real, and it really stood out to them. Um, in other news, though, the last week or just last week, Devin Charlton would have set a new world, and Devin Charlton, she's from the Bahamas, she would have set a new world record or world indoor record in the women's 60-meter hurdles of 7.67 seconds. That was equaled last night by Tia Jones of the United States. Yes, that was equal last night, and that's the United States. They're currently choosing their team to go to the World Indoor Competition, and so they had their championships last night. It was not broadcasted, which was very unfortunate. However, we did get the results, and we were just getting results. I think X was in a frenzy that we weren't able to see these results, and this meet happened in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So that, as I said, Tia Jones, she equaled Devin Charlton's record, which was just set last weekend, of 7.67 seconds. And Grant Holloway, he smashed the world indoor records for the 60-meter hurdles for men. And the record was held by him before, and the record is now 7.27 seconds, coming from 7.29 seconds. And so we look forward to what more will come from the indoor season, and of course how these athletes will transition from the indoor season to the outdoor season. So we will definitely look forward to that. Going further, currently the corporate area track and field corporate area, I'm tempted to say corporate area championship, because indeed it's a championship that's going on, but I'm going to give it its rightful name. So it's the corporate area development meet, and that's going on currently at Jamaica College. Also happening today in terms of track and field is the Isaac S.W. Henry track and field meet. That one is happening at the National Stadium, and also happening, I believe, is the Western Championships that's happening at St. Elizabeth Technical High School. But I want to bring you current as to what is happening up at JC at the corporate area development track meet for 2024. I'm going to give you the point standings, and then we're going to go through what has been my stand-up performances of the meet so far. So on the female side, we'll just give you the top 5. Excelsior High School, and this is after, let me see, I can let you know. This is after the girls 80-meter hurdles. That's the class 3 girls 80-meter hurdles. So we're just about current, because I think the girls class 2, they're just about to line up now. So we're just about current with the point standings. Excelsior, they're leading on 229 points. They're in first place. Excelsior 229. Wilmers, they're in second on 207 points. Immaculate, they're in third on 198 points. The Queen School, they're in fourth on 108 points. And Alpha, they round up the top 5 with 101 points. So it's still close going between Wilma's girls and Excelsior. I mean, Wilma's girls, they have been dominating. Between them and Excelsior have been dominating the meet so far on the girls' side, and Immaculate, they're putting on a good show. So we look forward to see how the day's results will end, as today is the last day of the meet. And on the boys' side, it's a little bit more of a runaway happening, and this is after the 80-meter hurdles class 4, which is the corporate area development meet, is one of those meets that we only see the class 4 boys taking part. And class 4 boys, they don't take part at champs. So at these development meets, at the corporate area, at the Western champs, Central champs, is only where we see the class 4 boys run. For the season, we only see them when they're second year class 3, or first year class 3, which means that they would have been, skipped a year. But moving on, the point standing on the boys' side, Kingston College, they're currently leading on 243 points. Calabar, they're in second on 194 points. Jamaica College, they're in third on 156 points. Excelsior, they're in fourth on 105 points. And St. George's College, they round up the top 5 on 74 points. So that's the point standings as it relates to the corporate area development track meet, and that's currently going on JC. So if you want to enjoy some track and field and you're within the corporate area, feel free. Western Champs, that's going on Stats. So if you want to enjoy the championships at that side of the island, you can feel free. And of course, there is the Isaac SW Invitational, and that's happening at the National Stadium. I did say I was gonna give you one of the standout performances as it relates to the meet, and that would have come yesterday. The first one came in the 800 meters for class 3 boys. Came from Cameron Williams, I believe, of Jamaica College. Very, very impressive young man. Love the way how, the 1500 meters, I love the way how he went about it. And of course, went about winning his race. That was very, very good. Very, very good performance from him yesterday. And then, of course, the highlights of yesterday would have also been the 100 meters. So I'll just give you the winner. So in class 4 for girls, Joanna Pennant of St. Andrew High School, she won the class 4 100 meters. In the boys section, it was won by Darnell Douglas from Jamaica College. In class 3, Matrice East, she posted a season's best time of 11.67 seconds. She is the class 3 champion from last year, so she's second year class 3. She defeated the class 4 champion of champs last year, Kayla Johnson from Immaculate. All right, in the class 3 boys, Mario Ross from Wilma's boys, he ran a personal best of 10.99 seconds, defeated Orandi Campbell of Kingston College, who also ran a personal best of 11.41 seconds. In class 2, Tiana Marshall won. She's from Wilma's girls. She won in a season's best time of 11.92 seconds. And in class 2 for the boys was won by Malik Nugent of Excelsior High School. He ran 10.75 seconds to defeat who was the favorite, Nyron Wade from Kingston College, who ran 10.79 seconds. And the class 100 meters final, and these finals took place yesterday. That was won by Yuri Lawrence of Kingston College. He equaled his personal best at 10.55 seconds, defeating Shaquane Gordon of Calabar 10.59 seconds. As I said, the corporate area track and field meet still going on at Jamaica College at the Anthric track. And so looking forward to what will come. If you're able to run by Jamaica College, it's all finals for the rest of the day. So it should be quite an interesting time happening there at Jamaica College. So yes, that's what is up. That is what is up. That is what is up. Yeah. And we're now on another break on Sports Talk. But when we come back, last week we previewed Super Bowl 58. Yeah, man, this week we will see. I mean, we're joined again today by NFL analyst Jerome Jarrett, and we will have a conversation on the winners and the losers and what happened in the overtime. So if you want to hear about the Super Bowl and want to learn a little bit more about the NFL, stick and stay right here. Sports Talk will be right back.
The Sagicor Stigma Corporate Run 2024 is set for Sunday, February 18, beginning at 7 a.m. on the grounds of Emancipation Park, New Kingston. Join the Love 101 FM family as we will be live on location to share this event with you and help raise funds for the National Chest Hospital, Savannah Lamar Public Health Hospital, and Danny Williams School for the Deaf. Listen for the service from the Open Bible at 9 a.m. and a Moment of Hope at 1 p.m. That's the Sagicor Sigma Honor Run 2024, Sunday, February 18 from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Live on the family station, Love 101.
The Jamaica Debates Commission presents Local Government Debates 2024, 9 p.m. Saturday, February 17. Teams from the JLP and the PNP will be questioned by an expert panel of journalists and you about local government at work. Thanks to JN Group, we'll help you find a way. Petrojam, serving Jamaica's energy needs. National Democratic Institute, the Lasco Foundation, Pan Jamaica Group, Miss Birdie, the Local Government Debates 2024, presented by the Jamaica Debates Commission, Saturday, February 17 at 9 p.m. Watch, listen, decide, vote.
It's time to accelerate. Get ready for the Woman Ignite Success Summit 2024, March 8 to 9, Jamaica Pegasus, Kingston. 2 days of intense worship and conversations about building kingdom wealth, business, marriage, finding purpose, and more. Featuring from the U.S., author and business leader Nona Jones, business coach Dr. Latanya Moore, pastor and entrepreneur Sarah Connor, high-performance business coach Natalie Taylor, and much more. Woman Ignite Success Summit, March 8 to 9, Jamaica Pegasus. Get tickets at womanigniteja.com. Powered by One Group, Visual Tech, Digital Video Concepts, and other partners.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And as promised, I don't know, guys, you guys know how this went last week. Invited Manchester United supporters in the studio. But needless to say, he predicted the right winner. And so we have invited him to come back.
By popular demand.
By popular, I don't know who is popular demand, but apparently he's back by popular demand, people. We are joined by NFL analyst, Mr. Jerome Jarrett. Jerome, how are you?
I'm good.
How was the Super Bowl, Jerome? Did you have a watch party?
No, yeah. I went by brewery.
You man, you
I
can't.
had some spirits.
I hope it's the Holy Spirit.
definitely filled with something, but I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but the Super Bowl was a very good sport. Very entertaining game. It's nice to watch the Super Bowl when you don't have a dog in the fight. And you get to sit and say things from different perspective. I would come here and brag on both, so I got it right. But the San Francisco 49ers really wet the bed on that in that.
Yeah, we just ask you. Oh, whenever tell us if you tell nobody anything yet. Anyways.
Come on, it's a week later. I'm sure they know.
Yeah, you would be surprised. Right. So let's start from. Because we said a few things last week. Let's start from those analytics that you would have put forward last week. What each team had to do. Let's start with what didn't the San Francisco and the 49ers do?
The San Francisco 49ers did everything they needed to do to win the game.
Except calling the right play in the overtime.
No, it's not. There are a number of. I can't think of any one reason why they lost the game. They had some really unfortunate penalties. They had an extra point missed. They had the ball clipping the heel of a player on a punt return. Like these things don't happen. Like the kicker had made 68 straight extra point until that one. Like these are things that you can't budget for. These are things that you can't account for.
Not the budget.
They just happen. In overtime. They won the toss. It was a surprise to many that they decided to accept the ball. Many persons were saying they did not know the rule, they didn't understand the rule. It's debatable, you know what I mean? It is a debate. Kyle Shanahan after the game said the reason why he accepted the ball because he wanted the ball third, meaning if he get the ball, the other team gets the ball. If the scores are still tied at the end of those two,
then he would have gotten
a chance to win the game. That's one argument. The other argument is, let me give you the ball, see what you can do, and then I will match or beat what you just did. So it is, you know, it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback. It's easy to come back and say, oh, you
should have
that wrong.
Should have. Would.
In the moment, the pressure of the situation, and Kyle Shanahan, this is his third Super Bowl he's losing, and in each of those Super Bowl he was up 10 points. I think I mentioned that. I don't know if it's this show or another show, but the ghost of the past came back to haunt Kyle Shanahan in this game, and he called a game that, let's be honest, if it was any other team apart from Patrick Mahomes, they would have won the game. And you know, last week we said that it was the best team versus the best player.
And the best player showed up.
Michael Jordan showed up.
The best. But let's talk about the before I get to the Chiefs though, because I believe, as you said, the 49ers, except for the first fumble, the miss kick, they played a fantastic game. I mean, truthfully, if it was, and you are right, if it was any other team, it would have. But my thing was, about the overtime, but I'm starting there first because I believe that's where the biggest error in the game was made. It's because the ref was very clear in his instructions when he started to say, hey guys, we're starting a new game. You know, let me just put it simple. We're about to start a new game. And I guess Shanahan would have already given the instructions to say whether we won or lost the toss, this is what we're going to do. And plus he also said that the defense was tired. And I'm like, I don't know if we can accept that now. And I think what the thing about it for the Chiefs is that the Super Bowl overtime rule was changed because of them.
That was the context I was going to give. So that rule changed 2 years ago. So a lot of the Chiefs players, a lot of the 49ers players, they're saying they did not know the rule changes. But at the end of the day, I don't expect everybody on the team to know the rules. I'm expecting the captains who go out for the toss to know the rules.
But Jerome, that is like saying we didn't prepare for a penalty kick in football.
No, it's like saying we didn't, after we win the penalty, we're in penalty and we win the toss, do we kick first or do we let the other team kick first? That's essentially what it is.
No. It's worse than that. It's like saying we just never practiced no penalty, and we this has taken us by surprise, because that's how it felt when person after person in the post match. 49ers after 49ers came and they're like, oh, we didn't know that the rule changed. And I'm like, yeah,
that was a bad look. That was a bad look. However, again, I don't think that's the reason the Super Bowl was lost. They marched right down the field. They were about to score when Coach Spagnuolo just brought the heat and
so you're saying in your
they
head
had to just get rid of the ball.
It's in your head, it's the Chiefs that won the game rather than the 49ers that lost the game.
The Chiefs made less plays to cost them the game. So Patrick Mahomes had an interception in the game. The 49ers did not capitalize on it. The 49ers had two turnovers in the game. The Chiefs got a touchdown off one of those turnovers. That was the difference in the game. The 49ers missed an extra point. That was the difference in the game. If the 49ers made that extra point, when the Chiefs took the field goal at the end of the game to tie the game, they would have had to go for a touchdown with only 6 seconds left. So those two critical errors in the game is where the game was lost. Again, those you made those errors on a Sunday in September, it doesn't matter. But in February, with the Super Bowl on the line, with everybody uptight, it made a world of a difference.
All right, so let's jump a little before I go to Patrick Mahomes. Let us jump a little to the Chiefs. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna give the next few minutes until the break for you to talk about Coach Andy Reid, because I do believe that he needs a whole segment for himself.
I mean, Andy Reid is, and a lot of personal prisoners of the moment. Andy Reid is one of the all-time great coach. People will have Bill Belichick in there. People will have, the 49ers coach at the past, Bill Walsh, Chuck Knowles. There are a number of coaches that are in the running for the best all time. Andy Reid has put himself squarely in that conversation, best all time. Now he has 3 Super Bowls. We talk a lot about coaching, and he's done this now with 2 franchises. He didn't win a Super Bowl with the Eagles, but he took them to a Super Bowl. He took them to 4 NFC Championship games, and it was a very, very successful team over a very long period of time. He went to Kansas City. He was a great coach, but just couldn't get to the game until he got that person from Mars.
We see talk about the man from Mars.
Yeah, he's different. He's just different. So, I mean, as good as Andy Reid has been over the years, that the quarterback makes a difference. You know what I mean? We've seen Bill Belichick before Tom Brady. We've seen Bill Belichick after Tom Brady. And both times he's been fired. With Tom Brady, he's won 6 rings. So the quarterback makes the world of a difference. So as good as Andy Reid is, I've seen Andy Reid coach up Donovan McNabb. I've seen him coach up Michael Vick. I've seen him coach up Alex Smith. I've seen he's gotten very good production out of, average to better than average quarterback. But that number 15, oh boy, he is different. He's different. And a good quarterback will elevate a okay coach. Andy Reid is not an okay coach, but
because I was like,
quarterback will elevate a coach.
All right. So we're going to take a break right here on Sports Talk, but we're going to come back because we're still yet to talk about what Jerome has been saying, the man from Mars, and I definitely believe he is the man from Mars, Mr. Patrick Mahomes himself. We're going to be talking about Patrick Mahomes and just the Chiefs' offense, more like the Chiefs' defense, and how they gritted out the Super Bowl on Sunday. We're going to be right back here on Sports Talk.
Affirm Ambulance Services, Jamaica's premier provider of emergency medical transportation. We do medical standby for both private and corporate events, non-medical emergency services, emergency transportation to and from medical facilities, hospitals, and homes, wheelchair provision, nursing homes, and first aid, plus so much more. We are located at 17 Cleardale Avenue, Kingston 10, and we can be contacted at telephone numbers 876-281-1262 or 876-299-2999 2053. Follow us on Instagram at affirm_ambulance. Affirm Ambulance Services, a firm choice in health transportation.
Word, Light and Power Victory Ministry invites you to our annual Victory March service in Penline Castle District, St. Thomas, February 25, 2024. We invite residents from Ness Castle, Mavis Bank, Tower Hill, Westphalia, Mount Lebanon, and adjoining communities to be a part of a mighty move of God. Come and hear victory testimonies. Come with your praise and requests. Hear the word from Minister Stanford Bennett with special guests Reverend Gotti and Sister Nikki. For further information, please call 876-425-9222.
As a fitness guy, I was surprised by my chronic illness diagnosis. I thought working out hard I would fix it, but it wasn't enough. Now, my prescription meds are a part of my routine.
When I got my diagnosis, I really felt down and stopped spending time with the people I love. Then I decided not to let any disease get the best of me. And I'm committed to taking my meds as prescribed. On time, every time.
No hesitation. Take your medication. A message from the NHF. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And we are still in studio with Jerome Jarrett. He is the NFL analyst, Mr. Predictor of the Champion. I mean, he was just calling a spade last week, so have to give him that.
Well, Jerome was right.
Well, you were right. No, I have to give you that you were right. And if you were wrong, you have to come here and defend that. But you were right, so thankfully you don't really have anything to your head. Right. So we're continuing because I want to talk about a little bit first about the Chiefs' defense. What's your thought on the Chiefs' defense?
There are very few coaches in the league that made it to the Hall of Fame, and there's no Hall of Fame defensive coordinator. But I think Steve Spagnuolo is making a case for a Hall of Fame career as a defensive coordinator. Steve Spagnuolo is the reason Tom Brady don't have 9 Super Bowl rings, right? Steve Spagnuolo is the only reason Tom Brady don't have 9 Super Bowl rings, and now he is the reason. I think the Chiefs are in the conversation as a dynasty. What Steve Spagnuolo has done to this defense is simply incredible, and they took that Tyreek Hill trade, and that everybody gave the Chiefs a lot of heat about. They took that trade and they got two picks, and one turned out to be McDuffie, and he has really transformed that Chiefs secondary. And they're all pro, all world defensive tackle. Chris Jones, I don't know if he's coming back next season, but he made plays during this playoff stretch that no other player could make. And he single-handedly took over the game in the fourth quarter. Brock Purdy had a couple opportunities to make big touchdown plays. He missed Deebo Samuels in the end zone just because Chris Jones was bearing down on him. And just to be able to call these blitz at the perfect time, Steve Spagnuolo is a genius, and I think this Chief defense is going to be a problem for a really long time. Their defense is the only reason they were in the Super Bowl. Only as good as Patrick Mahomes is,
you don't win 3 games on the road by
that defense is ridiculous, and it just shows that you can construct a team through the draft, because most of the players they drafted and developed these players, and they are very young and they're very cheap. The Chiefs defense is going to be a problem for a while. I'm just worried about the Chiefs offense. But you have Andy Reid and you have Patrick Mahomes and you have Travis Kelce, as old as he looked. I don't know if it was because Taylor Swift was in the audience, but he looked really different in the Super Bowl. But he's going to be the Chiefs are going to be a problem for next year. 3-peat, a lot of persons talking three-peat is very, very difficult to do. That's why no team has ever done it. But if there's a quarterback that's going to give it a run for his money,
it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. And I'm talking about Mr. Myers himself, because I don't understand. I mean, the truth is that on Sunday, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs were one yard away from losing the Super Bowl
easily
at fourth and one. And I stood there and I sat there in my living room and I was like, yeah, Mahomes is gonna. The play that they sold as like he ain't there's no line that's going to be for them, not force anything. He's just going to take this ball and he's going to run. So this is going to be a catch me if you can. And like said, the 49ers defense, they were sold, they bought it, and Mahomes just ran past them.
Yeah, it's the awareness for me. Patrick Mahomes is the most gifted quarterback right now, and he is mentally the toughest, and situationally he understands down and distance, and he understands time and place, and he understands situational football, and that is the difference. We saw on the other side Brock Purdy in similar situations, and he just didn't have the know-it-all. He didn't have the physical traits. He didn't have the mental space to get out of some of those plays that Patrick Mahomes make look routine. And that's the reason. I don't want to call him. Tom Brady's in a different league, but he's scratching the surface. He's getting there.
I get the feeling though, because we're gonna spend the last few minutes talking about Patrick Mahomes, but I get the feeling though that in NFL, and because I'm just coming to this NFL, I get the feeling that the Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes is like Michael Jordan, LeBron James kind of comparison. It seems to me, because it's two different eras and all of that.
No, same era.
So in terms of for Jordan and LeBron, I mean it's kind of two different eras, and because both persons are great, I've heard persons said this one is great or this one is greater than the other. But for me, I think yes, Tom Brady has the qualification of being the greatest, but Patrick Mahomes is great, and so sometimes I don't really believe in this whole comparison, because the difference is
it's sports. You can't avoid it. And this is the reason why people like me get a job. You know what I mean, to talk about stuff like this. But it like you said, it's similar to Michael Jordan, LeBron James debate, where who's the greatest and who's the greatest right now, and you have a generation that says, you know, they don't even listen to the LeBron James talk. Michael Jordan is the holy grail. Like don't even bring LeBron James in the conversation. Maybe we'll entertain Kobe Bryant, but don't bring LeBron James in the conversation. And then you have an entire generation like Michael, who is that? I know a shoe named Jordan. I don't know who Michael Jordan is.
Exactly.
So you'll have those debates.
But let's switch back now, because sorry guys, we have to do that so y'all can understand. Right. So let's go back now to the NFL, because for me, as a newcomer to the NFL, yes, I've heard about Tom Brady, and yes, I've read about Tom Brady.
Googling.
But for me, I think Patrick Mahomes, I'm not going to say he's the greatest, but I am going to say that right now, he's the best.
No, there's no question he's the best. But head to head, Tom Brady has beaten him 3 out of 4 times. So it's this is a 45-year-old Tom Brady. This is not a 25, 26-year-old Tom Brady. This is a 45, 44, 43-year-old Tom Brady that should not be playing football.
So Patrick Mahomes is how much old?
He's 26.
Okay, cool. So he has how many years ahead of him? Because I'm saying, will you know? Say if he gets more rings than Tom Brady, will he? Okay,
it's not gonna happen. It's not. There's some records in life.
It's not gonna happen.
There's some records in life.
How many rings does Mahomes have now?
3.
How many rings does Tom Brady have?
7.
Okay, and how old is Mahomes now?
He's 26.
Okay, all right.
No, there is absolutely no way. There's absolutely no.
Absolutely
and
no.
Persons are saying because Brady the 7 is just so far out there. People are saying Tom Brady don't need to get to 7 to be the greatest, because similar to Michael Jordan went 6 rings, 6-0 in finals.
Yeah.
LeBron has what, 4? But persons are saying, look here, get to 6 and we can have a conversation, because Michael Jordan.
So you're saying if Mahomes win 4 more, then we can have a conversation?
No, the conversation has already started because of how he started his career. But there is nobody that's getting 7. That's just not happening. The NFL has set it up that the league has so much parity that no team has ever won 3 straight. It doesn't happen. Tom Brady has won 3 out of 5 twice. So what Patrick Mahomes has done in the last 5 years, Brady did it twice. The difference is he did it 15 years apart. So it's that kind of
Patrick Mahomes I believe that but he might not, because I believe when you get to because his career started so early or whatever, I believe that he'll just, probably after 4 or 5, he'll just put it up.
Maybe. And the league has gotten better in terms of player safety. Practice has gotten better, but in the NFL, where it's just a 1-game scenario, it's not like a best of 7. It's 1 game.
Mm-hmm.
And
anything can happen.
The San Francisco 49ers should not have lost that game.
True.
The last Super Bowl they played against the 49ers, the 49ers had a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter. They should have not lost that game. But again, things
we'll
happen.
talk about
things happen.
So now I'm giving you the last few minutes of the show to talk about the man from Mars. Go.
Yeah, he's the best right now. There is nothing like him. As I mentioned before, his physical traits, his mental traits, he gets better as the pressure gets bigger, and that is rare in sports. You know what I mean? The reason why we consider Usain Bolt the greatest of all times is because he was best when it matters most. You don't break world records in finals, those things don't happen.
Right.
Because your body frees up, the tension in the moment. You don't break world records in finals. Both they like rehearsal. So that's why he is considered the greatest ever, right? So Patrick Mahomes is doing things now that persons are saying you should not be able to do these things. You should not be able to be the greatest when the pressure is biggest. And he's proven at a very young age to be that. Andy Reid has really, really, really mastered the art of getting the most out of him. He has a Hall of Fame tight end playing alongside him. I don't know how much longer Travis Kelce has, and that team goes through Travis Kelce.
I think they will. I think Travis Kelce, they'll go for the 3-peat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think he'll call it quits after that.
Then Patrick Mahomes gets nowhere near 7. Okay. Without Travis Kelce, he gets nowhere near 7.
All right. All right. But the plays I saw Patrick Mahomes make on Sunday, it showed to me that he's not only when you have a superstar player, but you can see that he takes time to learn the game and spend so much time in practice. You can see that he's one of those.
Slows down to him.
You can see that he's one of those players that he be like, yeah, this is my game, and you come and take it if you want it, but I'm not gonna hand it to you.
Yeah, there are some, and I like to use that Usain Bolt analogy. Usain Bolt won his races at birth. Like, he came out the womb better than me. Like, he came out the womb better than you. There are some things that you just have to say, God, you're unfair, right? But he had to work at his craft to be who he is today. Patrick Mahomes was born gifted. He could be a world-class baseball player. His father was a baseball athlete. He plays multiple sports. He was born with a cannon of an arm and athletic ability that's just ridiculous. He won at birth. But when you add a great coach to that, when you had a great defensive system to that, when you add a team around him that understands a winning culture, the Lamar Hunt ownership group is the name of the AFC Championship, and those are people who own the Kansas City Chiefs. So when you add all of that continuity around him and the quality that he brings to the table, that's why he's the first player to sign a $500 million contract, and he'll sign another one pretty soon.
Yeah, we're not signing any $500,000 contracts here, but we have come to the end of Sports Talk for today. Jerome, thank you so much for joining us over these last 2 weeks to give us your analytical views on the NFL. We truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jerome. And thank you to our listeners who would have tuned into Sports Talk right here on the Family Station. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. And so thanks for tuning to Sports Talk. If you want to listen to the show, it's still available on the Love 101 FM app. That's Love 101 FM Jamaica app. That's available in the Google Play Store, Apple Play Store. It's also available on YouTube. So if you missed today's episode, you can catch it on YouTube and or our Facebook page at Love 101 FM Jamaica. It has been Sports Talk. It has been an amazing show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next week, same time, same place, right here on the Family Station, Love 101 FM.